Anti-Semitism has been a scourge of human history for over 2,000 years. From the time of Antiochus Epiphanes to the Nazi Holocaust under Adolf Hitler, Jewish people have been persecuted and murdered because of their religion and ethnicity. In Christian societies, anti-Semitism is almost always accompanied by the accusation that the Jews are descendants of the people who killed Jesus. Granted, the Romans might have pounded the nails into his hands and feet, but it was Jews who brought him to Pilate and wanted him dead. There are passages in the New Testament that can be used to support such a view, and we will look at some of them in this textbook. But all of those texts are best informed by some knowledge of the world of Jesus covered in chapter 2. One thing we learn is that the Jewish people of Jesus' day were very diverse. The common people were actually quite enamored of Jesus and followed him in multitudes. It was only a handful of Jewish leaders who wanted to destroy him. And these leaders were also quite diverse. For the most part, the Pharisees only wanted to argue with Jesus, and sometimes they even warned Jesus or tried to help him when they thought he was in danger. But in Jerusalem, there were high priests belonging to the party of the Sadducees, and the Gospels indicate that these Jewish leaders wanted Jesus out of the way. Execution by the Romans would serve their purposes. The irony is that in the year 70 CE, the Romans killed or otherwise disposed of most of the Jews in Jerusalem, including all of the high priests and Sadducees. Jewish people in the world today are descended primarily from the diaspora Jews, who at the time of Jesus had no opinion about him at all and never would have favored his crucifixion. Further, Jewish religion is descended ideologically from the religion of the Pharisees, and like most of the Pharisees, modern Jews may disagree with Christians regarding Jesus without any implication that they would have favored his execution. Indeed, most Jews today, like most Jews then, would view that execution as a grave miscarriage of justice, as an example of the sort of Roman terrorism that was often inflicted on innocent Jewish peasants. And so, the crucifixion of Jesus itself was an act of anti-Semitism.